Thanks, Ben. I'm here with U.S. Senator David Vitter, who's just back from Washington, D.C. And, of course, there were some heated debates about the debt ceiling.
Sure.
The debt deal finally passed at the 11th hour.
Right.
What do you think about it?
Well, I voted no just because I didn't think it began to get our hands around the spending and debt problem. You know, of the so-called cuts in the deal, on the front end, there were only 1/3 of 1% of a cut to the budget. That's not beginning to really address that problem. So we need to get back and do a lot better in two categories, in my opinion. First, in terms of real spending cuts and budget reform. And secondly, we need to grow this economy. We need to create jobs, grow the economy, grow revenue with it. It's not either or. We need to do both of those things very aggressively at the same time.
And a lot of people criticize the way all lawmakers in Washington handled this because it took so long.
Yeah.
How do you think it was handled? Was it appropriate?
Very poorly. I was very frustrated. I started going to the Senate floor back in March and saying, look, this is the central challenge we face as a nation, spending and debt and the economy. Let's put it in the middle of the Senate floor for debate and action in March. And unfortunately, Harry Reid ignored that. He really ignored the issue on the Senate floor until the last minute. And I think that helped lead to that sort of scenario you're describing.
And the credit downgrade, it's a big deal, first time in U.S. history.
Right.
How does that affect Louisianians? How will this debt crisis in general affect us?
Well, you know, if that continues and if we stay on this debt path, interest rates are going to go up. As you downgrade credit, interest rates, the cost of borrowing that money is going to go up, first for the federal government, but ultimately for everyone. And interest rates would eventually go up on our home mortgage, on our car payments. And that's just like a tax on American and Louisiana families. So that's a key reason we need to get a hold of this issue, get a hold of spending and debt, also create jobs.
The presidential race is heating up. Obama's going up for re-election, and of course Republicans are putting in their bids. Rick Perry just put in a bid.
Right.
Do you have a favorite in this presidential race?
I don't. I think I'm a very typical conservative voter. I'm looking at the field, trying to figure it out, and I'm not at all decided, which I think is pretty typical this go-around. But clearly, there are going to be some significant candidates. The top tier seems to be Rick Perry and Mitt Romney and Michelle Bachmann. So we'll see how that plays out in the early primaries.
Okay, and so what's next for you here in Louisiana?
Well, we're going to be talking about just the issues we were just talking about, spending, debt, and the economy here in Lake Charles at a public forum. It's going to be at 11 a.m. at the Arts and Humanities Center, 809 Kirby. I'm going to be with Congressman Jeff Landry, who's co-hosting the forum. So would love for folks to come out. Everyone come out. There's going to be plenty of time for comments and questions and discussion. The audience is going to be the center point of this forum, so we'd love for folks to come out at 11 a.m.
Okay, Arts and Humanity Council, and again, thanks for being here, Senator.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
That's free to the public, right?
Absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you for being here. Well, Sunrise.